Hello, this is Rick. Today I want to talk to you about why it's so important that you're proud of whatever accomplishment your kid has, and why it's your job to not feel judged. Your job is to figure out why I believe what I believe. Once again, it's totally okay to change your worldview when we learn better, when we figure out, well, this wasn't helpful or this was helpful. And in the show notes below, I'm gonna link to a great article from Erica who talks about why I want my kid to play computer games and I don't care if other people judges me. So I encourage you to think about, what is it, the benefits you've seen? I meet people all the time that tells me that she already knows English better than I am, or I can't believe she's learned math from doing that, or I can't believe that they've learned so much building these things in Minecraft, explaining this and this to the teacher, or that they're collaborating like this over just voice in the computer game, building things. It's just beautiful to watch what they've built, and even more importantly, the collaboration skill they've learned while figuring out how to make this possible. So give yourself a few ideas that this is really worth it for me. And once again, what I'm trying to encourage you to do, to be generous and share why you like it, so other people can see the benefit from playing computer games. But also what happens when you generously share it is you will stop feeling judged from it, and you will, shame lives in hiding, but standing out proud of it. But another benefit is also your worldview will get feedback from other people's worldview, where you will learn, for example, how can you do things better. I fully agree with that sitting too much still is really, really bad for your health. But there's so many activities where we're sitting too still. I really believe in relationship building. I have a podcast called Relationship Power at Work. I really, really think you become the company you keep. And I can see that games has a negative effect for some people when it comes to relationship building. And I also know that the young generation today haven't the patience to train in building relationships. So I do see there's drawbacks, but the good thing about when we talk about the positive, we learn how can we mitigate or even make a use of the negative sides. Once again, we're living in a different world where everyone can connect, and that's beautiful, but it also means that we're sitting too much still. And you probably grew up where you had to court someone in a dating scenario, where you took time to get them where you want them to be, like on the first date, and then you dressed up and all that. A lot of stuff that is so easy to do right now, to connect with people superficially, but having that patience to really connect on a deep level, to really build a relationship, that's probably something that gamers need to practice on. So in talking about this with other parents, we'll probably give you a few ideas how you can help that. We can't live the life of our kids, and I'm not encouraging you to do that, but by embracing the positive of their passion, we also make it easier to talk about the negatives, how they can do. And sitting too much still, the brain needs exercise to perform good in the game. That's quite easy. Relationship wise, it's quite natural that if you're gonna play the same tactics, you need to be good at empathy, and you need to be good at building relationships, so you understand when it's time to change to the new tactic and to the same tactics. So by embracing the good, you can also talk about the negative and how to do that better. So, because there sure are things we need to learn when it comes to games and doing things better and getting hooked by those algorithms. Quite often you can learn things from your kid, because if you're watching the game, you're gonna realize that a lot of those algorithms and predictive nature that games do is happening everywhere. Every kind of interaction you have with any kind of vendor, there is an algorithm there prodding, learning, becoming better, and prodding again. So you can actually learn from the games, and by talking about it, you can help other people generously cope with their situation, because no kid is different. Every kid is unique. There's not one recipe that works for everyone. So by talking about it, by not being ashamed or not feeling judged if you let your kid play, if you open up and talk about it, you will figure out, well, this worked for her, this works for me, and these 5 things we have in common, that seems to be working great for both of us. And she's doing this and this that I'm gonna go home and experiment with, because that might make things better for our family. And once again, I hope by sharing, you're also going to pick up some fun activities you can do. Perhaps if you move the console over here and here, you're going to start interacting like this. Or do you know what they learn here, you can actually put on that magic mirror that you're always dreaming to build together with your daughter, or something like that. So do share why you want your kid to play computer games, so you get more of both sides and you learn, and together this community of us who believes in the power of play will grow stronger, and hopefully also we will find ways to mitigate the risky part of it and what to do that. And once again, I don't believe in corporate decisions or government laws in that, because I don't think it's a global world. It's really gonna be hard to create a change there. So I do believe in sticking to the positive. For example, you do want to exercise, so you do have the stamina and the brain focus capacity for a tournament. Look at all the people performing on that level. They do have a healthy brain and a healthy body, or not perhaps all, but they all encourage it, and most of them realize that the personal physical trainer is really good for the in-game performance. So stick with the positive, and I think you're gonna fare so much better when you're discussing things with your kid. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye bye.